Device is on. Do this real quick, real short, sweet and simple. My camera got a little sky high today. Just Trap Brand. Shout out to you, Just Trap Brand. Couple of people, let everybody fall up in this place, in this piece. Topic of discussion. Who controls the sneaker resale market? The consumer? Is it GOAT? Is it StockX? Is it Stadium Goods? Or is it the consignment shop? That's the $1 million question. Who it is? Hopefully everybody can hear me. I think it's all right. Should be good. The microphone. What the sneaker said he always believe is the consumer. That is, let me see. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, for some things we can talk about, right? Appreciate you stopping through What the Sneaker as always, bro. I just jumped on this real quick because we I ain't gonna say we. It's a topic of discussion, right? This has been probably going on for years. Well, the last couple of years, as far as are you getting the best bang for your buck? So that's what we gotta see, because some people said, what is that? I know people don't like the resale game. Resellers make your money. You gotta look from the business standpoint. So a couple of things. What we really do. What's going on, Urchus TV? Thanks for stopping through. Natural, what's going on, bestie? Thank you for stopping through. Oh, dope channels. Y'all can link up in each other while we, just talking about discussions. Let me see, what is that? 6 o'clock? I didn't even share it out yet. What's going on, family page? Thank you for stopping through. Thank you. Yeah, I normally don't go live this time of day. I need to, like I said, I need to start getting something that's a better schedule outside of Saturday, because we don't really do much networking or linking up unless you go behind the scenes and check out other channels. So the topic again is who controls the sneaker resale market? Is the consumer, GOAT, StockX, Stadium Goods, consignment shop? Yeah, that's all I'm about to say. It's the they business, right? It's like we as the consumer, we know. That's the thing about it. The hardest part about it is we know what we're willing to pay and what we don't want to pay for something. And that's anything in business. You got, because a business, you got to look at it. What's the market value of what's the market for what the item is? So if you were a business person, you ain't gonna take a loss, right? If it's going for 500, you may can do 450, depending on what's your overhead or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, um, you got to make your money. Most sneakerheads know what shoes are worth and what you're willing to pay for, right? Some other things as a consumer, what we do know is when you go to a retail store, right, it gives you comfort knowing that you got a receipt, so you can go take that shoe back or that item back and get your money back. That's the main thing that's important to most of us, right? You want to buy something with confidence, knowing that they got a good return policy, whether it be on eBay, StockX, what is that? Go, Nike. What's good, OG Sneakers? Thanks for stopping through. We're just talking about this difference of buying power and comfort, because we already know for anything, well, especially for shoes, authentication. When I first started 3 years ago, I did I had some UAs and I was doing some comparison vids, and I was comparing the two. But those things that are flaws now, so Nike so bad, they could actually be a retail shoe, and that is the scary part. That's what's making it so hard for everybody to authenticate a shoe. And when we talk about authentication, that is I guess that's a false narrative, right? Because we all know everybody who buys shoes, there's no school for authentication, right? There's no certification, there's no training, there's no nothing to authenticate a shoe. So we just basically going on the belief Nike, they ain't gonna give you no jacked up shoe. You ain't gonna get no jacked up shoe from a retail store. We just going on basically on that. Other than that, the people that authenticate the shoe, they don't know no better than regular Joe Schmo. So it just it's just an interesting thing to think about. Like for now, like so say for instance you took, I guess, just any shoe, a retail shoe, and if you put it up against an unauthorized shoe, they could have the same flaws, which will make it harder, right, for the person to authenticate a shoe. Unless Nike come out, which I know they ain't gonna do, and give us a video and say, this is what the shoe should look like. This is what it should have looked like. So every shoe we're going should look like this. Other than that, it's fake. But we all know Nike not gonna do that. That would help cut down on a lot of the confusion instead of everybody trying to figure out from different videos what the shoe looks like. For example, I did the real versus fake on the Concords last year, and everybody was like, this fake. And come to find out, both shoes was real, but it was more for educational purposes to show the inconsistencies. Yep, scary good was the sneaker. And that was just basically to show the inconsistency of retail pairs. If Jordan would fix their crap, we wouldn't be in this situation right now. But Jordan is doing this, and they can easily stop it if they wanted to. But for some reason, I think they benefit from it. I don't know how quite yet, but they could kind of put an end to all of this madness if they wanted to. But for some reason, it's getting worse because the quality we paying more, but the quality control getting worse. So therefore, we getting all of these headaches where fake shoes is slipping through. So, of course, what's going on, Chris? Thanks for stopping through. True, you are exactly right, OG. It's a $200 shoe with $80 flaw with flaws, $80 clean. Yeah, that's crazy. Or ID. Yes, because the RF thing, we ain't that true proved to be a bunch of crap. So it's got to be something. But like I said, Nike could fix it. You can have them do a video every time and say, if your shoe looks like this, if it don't look like this, other than that, it don't fly. What's good with you, go? Thank you for stopping through. Urcha said, but she love wearing sneakers. Yeah, we know. But that's the thing. The shoes that cost the least get the most attention to detail, right? Like Air Force Ones, Feast in the Street. What's going on with you, bro? Thanks for stopping through. Because this thing with the UA stuff is scary. Like the stuff we used to like Jordan ones, right? The pinch what used to be an issue. The what is that? The R and the D used to be an issue. What else with the Jordan one? Now you can't even really say that because you could get a retail pair from the store and it could be jacked up. So the best thing for us, for the consumer, that gives us a peace of mind is that receipt, right? Either that receipt or a truck or somewhere we bought it from where you got the receipt and you can return your shoe. That's about the best we can do for us having a legit pair of shoes. But that's just my opinion. What do y'all think about it? because we're gonna always deal with this shenanigan to Jordan Brand decide to get their act together. You're right, go. Everything gonna have flaws. So, like I said, what may have been a flaw 2 years ago, you can't use that as a flaw. We don't have enough evidence on different shoes. So, as we all know, for people who buy shoes all the day, all the time, we already know a person can't 100% authenticate a shoe. The only thing you can go to them for and say, "What's going on, Cole?" You can come back to them and say later, uh, "You guys screwed up," but we already know in the back of our mind, this guy don't 100% know exactly. This guy don't work for Nike. This guy don't work for Yeezy, so he can't totally know what's wrong with that shoe. They don't do. They probably don't know no more than us. Probably go on YouTube. Probably just had maybe one person's shoe and took a look at it. Here we go. I'm gonna drop that a chat that a link in the chat. Anybody want to hop on? We can chop it up. Check out Urch's TV. She's dope as well. Exactly, Cold Master. That what I about. That's my whole thing. You got to get a whole bunch of shoes to know. A whole bunch. And that's the scary part. The game has changed because of Jordan Brand being lazy. Yeah, you're right. 200. Cause like you go into, and the thing about it too, you can get got going into retail. But the comfort for us, right, is what? You got that receipt, they're gonna honor your receipt and you can get your money back. Coleman said that's exactly what he's doing for sure. That's the whole thing about all of this stuff. Now, when we talk about the business side of the reselling, I know a lot of us hate reselling, but from the business side, I got to look at it like this. In the end, we don't have to buy it, right? But then you got the guys that got money that don't want to do the leg work, and they'll go out there and spend the money for the shoe, right? I mean, if a person reselling, you gotta pay him for his time, his material, his effort, whatever it may have you. Everybody chopping it up in the chat. That's good. Now, the biggest question is, who's controlling the market though? Is it the consumer? Yep, that's okay. That's what Courtney said. That is our that is our thing that give us the what they say warm and fuzzy, the receipt. That's all you can go on. Consumers are the fools, to be honest. That's an interesting point, Cold Master. You're right about that. Because the consumer, right, sets the market. You're right. You said a consumer, but believe it or not, um, I wish I could have did a video when I do camp out and show y'all all of the different tourists that buys the shoes. Yep, the consumers drop. However, the over the water, though, what is it? Across the water market, the people in the like the money sizes. That's the thing that's hurting the people who like wear like 9.5 to 7 and some GS. I mean, yeah, here we might get upset, but it's the people on the other side that wear those money sizes that's willing to pay those prices. Which does, if you stuck in that size range and that's the hot shoe, you're gonna have to pay it. You're like, for us over here, we might not want to pay it, but as long as they keep willing to pay it, because money ain't no issue for them, we screwed. And that's the whole part of it. That's um, the slippery slope. Consumers control it, but over here, if you're at a consignment shop, you get the tourist, your Yeah, big feet people are smarter. Yeah, you ain't got to worry about it. Only certain big side is going to go, but 9 times out of 10, every 9.5, the money sizes they're gonna always be more. For example, Travis Scott sixes, right? All the other sizes is dropped, but the 9.5s are still up there. Nine, what is that? Seven, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5. All of them shoes are still way up there, and even some GS size. So it's rough. It's a rough decision we got to deal with out here with our money. So I dropped the link in the chat. Anybody want to get on, speak their piece? Oh, you said all your shooting now, you cashing out. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There go you sneakers. What's good with you, bro?
Hey, what's good? What's good?
Not much. B Dub in the building. What's going on? What you think about it, bro? Side it's the money side. Yep, 8. Like I said, you in between that. All of that is money side. So how do you feel about everything?
For me,
Right?
I, you know what? I gotta mute something here because I hear everything twice. I've never been
Oh
on this
yeah,
side of it.
can't have the volume up.
Hang on one second.
All right.
All right, so that's probably better.
Yeah.
But then I won't be able to hear you. But I just do it like this. I feel like I don't necessarily. I can't say that that we as the customers are setting the price. I
Right.
feel like sometimes it's the like if you one of the things if you go in and you see a shoe, the first thing you do if you have your phone in your hand, what you do, you run the Stockx
Right.
and you see what the price is in Stockx.
Right.
And I know for a fact, and probably a lot of people, especially if you deal with Stockx, you could take a shoe and put it up there and put whatever price you want to put on it. You could put $100,000. I've seen people post up shoes that haven't come out yet, and they, for whatever reason, post a pair up for $999,000.
Right.
Somebody buys that shoe, that
Market.
transaction, I guess, is going to go through.
Right.
So you can kind of drive, the reseller does have the ability to drive the market and sometimes drive the prices up.
Right.
So, like, I'll give you an example. In this area, we have a store, DTLR, and they were doing a thing where you can, if you bring in a toy worth $10 or more, you can get a guaranteed ticket for the black and red 11s that drop on the 14th.
Right.
By 10 or 11 o'clock today, all the men's sizes were gone in every store in the DMV. And like the DMV is kind of the area where DTLR started.
Right.
So you can't tell me that just everybody that wanted a personal pair got up and bought a toy. I would be willing to bet a pretty good dinner. I'll just say it that way. That a lot of those pairs that got scooped up was resellers.
Right. And the
Drive,
other sad
just trying
part
to
about
drive
it
the
too, right?
prices up.
You got the stores ain't on it too, right? You got some guys in the store that are resellers, so you may get a whole run of shoes that somehow come missing from the inventory, right? So they sell the shoe either early or they get the shoe on release day and you can't get it and they already on StockX. So yeah, you're right. It is a slippery slope. Do you think StockX is even on as far as I buy the shoe from you for the low? Say I buy from you, maybe you want $20 more, and then they turn around and jack the price up and leave it up there with 50, $60 more. You think they actually doing it legit? It could be any of them. It could be StockX, Go.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out this.
Or you trying to see the chat? Oh yeah,
Now,
what we talking about? B Dub, we talking about who controls the resale market: the consumer, Goat, StockX, Stadium Goods, or the consignment shop, and how are we as consumers would feel comfortable with your purchase? Like, is there such thing as actually being able to authenticate, or that's what we trying to tell ourselves? Okay, go. Appreciate it. Because I mean, that was my whole thing. We keep saying, I think it just we need some type of comfort for us, reassurance for I can get my money back. I don't think it's so far as this person should be able to authenticate a shoe better than me because there's no science to it, right? Unless you work with George yourself and George go on YouTube and says, um, "This is the shoe. This is how it should be. Every shoe." We're never gonna get rid of. Oh well, this may be fake. That's fake, or this shoe legit. That shoe legit. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think like I put in the comments, I feel like some type of code or something like that is a thing that they really have to use
What a
because
code,
like if you do a video, people are going to see the video. So at a certain point, because that shoe is going to have a longer life, the people that's creating, those UA pairs are going to have access to that same video to
right?
be able to say, to know what points they have to fix or what have you, uh, and slide theirs in looking you know, just like the real deal. But if you have some type of coding system or numbering system that tracks back to just like your license plate or some other identifying number, it it will cut down. That doesn't mean that you still have the potential to have duplicate numbers out there, but if a number comes up more than one place, that's the tell.
Right. What you think, Cole? What you got, bro?
I think the consumer definitely controls the market. Definitely, it's like that in all economy, everything, any economy. I mean, you look at it from drugs to housing to everything. We control the market as consumers because what's going to happen? Let's look at it as real estate only, right?
Right.
If if I can't sell a house in a shitty neighborhood, excuse my language, what's going to happen? Eventually, I'm going to drop that price lower and lower and lower. And it's the
Right.
same thing with some of these shoes. On some of these shoes, I will let them go cheaper, and on some of them, I just do retail because I'm not going to sit here and take a loss and go 20 under or 30 under either. So I think as far as long as there's hype to it, like if I have a Travis 1, I'm not selling it cheaper.
Right.
But if I have a Travis, what was the other one? The low, I sold it for what I can get
Right. But
because
that's
I know that the low is not the high. People don't want the low. People want the high. It's what they want. So as long as I know that people want the high, I'm not going to go cheaper. Not $1, not 20, not nothing.
right. See, that's why I was saying we were saying the problem for the smaller people, they got other people in the U.S. controlling the market, though, right? Because you got people overseas that still gonna buy that shoe at a higher price. Where else in the U.S. may say, "No, I don't need that shoe. I can wait it out." And that's the hard part of it. So if they gonna still willing to pay, it's unfortunately it affects us over here. Well, like you said, certain other things like the housing market. Even that too, it just, like you said, it just depends on I don't know who comes with it, how it happens, but it's just weird,
Right. I mean, it's like that in almost every economy. If you think about it, if not, a business has to shut its doors.
right?
If they don't sell, they will shut their doors. Even if they have to drop a couple like discounts here and there, more coupons, more money on advertising, they're gonna do something to try to get money in. And if you're not getting money in, you're not winning. The point of business is to get money in.
Right. So that's why I guess a lot of people saying reseller, but at the same time, like I said, I guess it's still up to you to educate yourself. I mean, granted, like I said, some of us
My
don't
biggest
think
thing though, my biggest thing is I don't get why those size like I mean they must be like literally it must come down to people with bigger feet are smarter or just don't even care
It's less
because
competition for people with bigger feet because a size 8 or 8.5 could be a woman, it could be a teenage boy, it could be a grown man, it could be a girl. So you have more consumers that are in that size than an 11.5 or 12 or 13, 14. Um,
right
so it's literally it's a premium because it's a feeding frenzy. I got a buddy who's a guy who wears an 8.5. He competes with the ladies. He competes with parents buying kids for their shoe or buying
Right.
shoes for their kids. So those smaller sizes are kind of that, say 7 to 9.5. That's like a place where it's really really tough, for
Right.
folks at
But
that
ask
size.
yourself this: when I go to Foot Locker or any big retailer, how come they get like 5, 10, even 20 pairs of whatever size, like full size runs, but then they top out at like from 11.5 to 12 to 13.
Mm-hmm.
They start topping down. They only get like 3 or 4 pairs. So I mean, it kind of averages out. Like they know what they're doing. It's just more people. The consumer just keeps buying it, and they'll keep producing it because resellers will keep doing it.
Yeah. So that kind of feeds into what I was saying earlier about, like, I agree totally from a standpoint of economics. The consumer drives the market. Yes, I mean that's standard business
Because if we're
understanding.
talking like limited, my size 12, size 13, the store only has 2 or 3 per run, and
But
then they'll
if
have
it's
a
limited,
bunch.
it's going to be 2 or 3 in every size. It's not going to be multiple sizes. So if it's 5,000 pairs, like what is it? I know I'm going to butcher the name of the store, but those Air Force, the Air Force Ones that drop, and it was a numbered pairs. So it's going to be a limited across the board. I mean, maybe I'm speaking out of turn in terms of being. I have
No, because
no knowledge to know, but my assumption is if you got 5,000 pairs,
we know that stock number was low. Like regardless of a size 12, a size 8, that number was low. There was only 7,000 produced.
Right.
And then you have all the people on Sneakers app, which is over 100,000. That I can only imagine at least more than 100,000, because just look at all the people that follow some of the big YouTubers, and some of the big YouTubers have how much followers.
Right.
So count all those people hitting up Sneakers app every morning trying to be a reseller too. There's more than 100,000 for sure going for one shoe, and there's only 7,000. Our odds are against us. Plus count the bots.
Right. And the bad part about, like, for me, for most people who live in, like I said, in tourist areas, that's another bad thing, because like, I ain't gonna say it ain't bad, but it ain't good. It's good for the store, but it's bad for, like you said, if we the consumer want to hold tight, but then you get tourists coming in, they taking it back home and selling it. I think that's my biggest issue, because over here, when they have it, they bring the whole family, and then they use it. They say, well, I got my child here, I can buy it for them. And that's what screws it up, because now they going back home, they selling it for 10 times. So some of that stuff, like I said, if you run with small sizes, that's where you run into I guess that's a small size problem.
Right. And I mean, I get it, but at the end of the day, like, I still don't get it. Like, if we're talking size runs, from 11.5 to 12, like the store only gets 3 regardless, whether the shoe's limited or not. I've seen it with the infrareds, the the obsidians. Like there was a bunch of shoes that they just don't get more than a couple sizes after 11.5, because they know that not everyone's 6 feet plus.
Right. But like I said, again, if they running 20, like you said, 20, 30 shoes, but then if you get, like I said here, if you get a tourist family or something like that, they got all their buddies, they're going to go grab all the small size. And then the thing about it, the people, they don't ask, oh, well, what size you getting? And this girl, she don't wear no 8.5 or no 9.5, and she go grab a shoe. Now you out of luck, and I think that's just wrong. And they just say, hey, they'll tell the person, oh, I only got this, and this level, and this person just grab a shoe, and you might actually wanted to wear the shoe, and it just I think it could be handled differently, but that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah. I mean, but sometimes it is hard to say, because, like, okay, I'm a true to fit 11.5. Some shoes I have to slide up to a 12, depending on, like, if the toe box is small or whatever. But I got 2 daughters, and they both are. One of them is like a men's 7.5, and the other one is 8.5. So sometimes I'll go in and buy a shoe for them. I mean, you look at me, I do not wear a 7.5, 8, or 8.5, but I am legitimately buying this shoe for my child. So if you start asking that question, like, you can't buy the shoe unless you put it on, is that really fair? In my situation, where I'm not trying to get it for the flip. I'm getting it
Right.
because my daughter.
But that's like if they come up with that rule to me, and they are like, if my wife's a size 8 in men's, right?
Mhm.
Right.
If they tell me, or and they know my wife is working, she works a federal job, she's not going to come over here and waste her time camping out. I have all the time in the world. I'm going to bring my little kid. Obviously, like they make those rules, but if they make that, oh well, you have to fit it to wear it out the store, that's where the little $20-$30 comes in. Like, here you go, you didn't see nothing. It's for the wife, but
Yeah, that's true.
you didn't see it.
But then that means, that kind of takes a chink out of the consumer runs the market because it's not. I'm just,
Well, but
sometimes I
there's a
feel like,
premium. It's kind of like a backdoor without the backdoor. It's I'm paying them to hush because I broke the rules, so we're
yeah. I mean,
taking it.
we do what we got to do. I understand. I 100% understand that. But that was what I was trying to say earlier. That I feel like at the end of the day, because and this community is not anything different than other people that are passionate about other things that they spend money on.
You see what
Sometimes
JD said though, right? He said he thinks YouTube shoot has created more consumer resellers and competition in general. What y'all think about that?
I think it has.
Right? Because the race to get the shoe early, what they say, the early bird get the worm, right? So
I don't necessarily know that I would agree that it's just I want to lay that at the feet of sneaker YouTube. Of course, I do that. I have a YouTube channel. I do a podcast, with Beard and Cadillac. But I think the access is totally different. This is a whole new world than it was when you could just get the newspaper or the ad from your favorite local store or whatever your large chain was at that time, and you knew those shoes were going to sit because that was siloed. Every little market was a stovepipe. It's like now it's a global market, and the electronic age has opened up doors, and in some ways it has helped us, in some ways it's hurt us, because it's like I can sit here and buy a shoe from London, or I can sit here and buy a shoe from Germany, but somebody from Germany can sit there and buy a shoe from the States.
I think it has caused, man. Just look at all the people that look at 2J's kicks. Like me and my kid used to watch his show, thinking, man, how much money could we make off of selling sneakers if we go to like Sneaker Con, like just to random people. So I mean, that's just from watching 2J's kicks on YouTube.
Yeah. And my thing too, how is Jordan 1 get to be the shoe that makes the most money? That's within itself just blows my mind. It's like the oldest shoe. I guess it's the most iconic shoe, but it's like it don't get it. Can we explain that?
It's the conditioning. I'm gonna tell you that this is what you want, that this is the best, this is the holy grail, this is the beginning, this is hallowed ground. You should love it no matter how many times I give it to you and how many colorways it is. I keep telling you that, and one day you'll wake up and you'll say it yourself.
Yeah,
I think that shoe's so cheap to produce that it cost them half of what it costs to make a Jordan 4 or a 6 or a real shoe. All it is a basic upgraded Converse in my mind.
that's what I was.
It's a cheap
I was
shoe
like,
to make.
cheapest made shoe, but it costs the most with the least amount of technology. And we, like you said, we keep paying over and over and over and over. I mean, and then we got certain silhouettes we wait on, and Jordan brand know this, but then they say, oh, instead of this, I give you this, and hopefully you satisfied with it. And of course, they get with some people, because me too, I do knee jerk reaction. So they'll get some of us to buy it, and they just like keep holding it. So I guess in the end, is until everybody take a stand, which will probably never happen, we just gonna keep hoping and praying we get what we actually want.
But the Jordan 1 is a good looking shoe though, man. Like I seen that shoe and I'm like, damn, it's an uncomfortable shoe. I don't like the way it fits compared to other ones, but it is a nice looking shoe on top of it. Like I'm not worried about, okay, is it the first Jordan? Is it the beginning? Like it looks good on feet. It's a flat. It's not a good shoe like to wear, in my opinion. I don't like the way it feels, but I like the way it looks.
That's why I don't like them. I have some, but it's uncomfortable. And I've seen a couple of basketball players. I was like, how can you playing that shoe. I know your foot gotta be sore,
But if you're not playing a sport or have to wear a particular sneaker for your work, if you have, I'll just say some random number, 15 pairs of shoes or more, do you have those shoes because they look good or because they feel good?
probably because they look good. You right.
That's what I would say.
Match it's easy to match with your outfits, right? That's the easy match up now. So I guess the thing is they're not basketball shoes now. They're lifestyle shoes, right? So you can go to the club, you can throw it on quick, and there it is. Shout out to J versus Juice, S.H.P up in here. I'll drop it in the link in the chat again. Anybody want to get up in here? Now the other question is, now next year, are we willing to pay the extra, what is that, $10 or $15 for a Jordan 1?
Hell yeah, I'll pay it because it looks good. There goes the consumer.
Be mad, but we're gonna pay.
I'm gonna pay it. It looks good, man. If the shoe looks good, I'm gonna pay it.
Right. I guess in the grand scheme, right, it's still cheaper than what is that, $190, which we already been conditioned to pay, right? So it's still, I guess when you do your math, you've been paying $190, $200, with a $225, $250. So it's still under. And then if you get the right shoe and the hype behind it, you can make your money back off of it.
Right.
So
I don't know. Even if I couldn't make money off of it, as long as I like it, I think it was worth the money.
True.
Like, but not everything is. Can I make the money off? Because some shoes I don't make money. I like it. So I don't know. I know how some people think, and then I know how other people think. Some people got enough money to enjoy life to not want to resell every shoe, and they're gonna sit there, they're gonna wear it, and they're gonna enjoy it. You know, if it's a shoe that I want, I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, he does say we have no choice. We want the shoe. That's true.
Right.
Either pay it once or pay it when it go up. So I guess you better just, the best way is try to grab it early and do what they do. Hopefully it look like the lineup for next year is gonna be pretty good already. But I'm gonna try to do a lot of reach backs and grails and stuff like that. Fingers crossed, but you know how that goes. It's the addiction, I guess.
Yeah, I think slowdown is probably going to serve your pockets better.
Right.
From the standpoint of, you know, if you get into a situation where you can get the shoe, you know, on release day for retail, all good. But sometimes when you just try to jump out there and, you know, automatically go to, you know, wherever you go to as your second or third choice, sometimes if you wait, it may not necessarily come back to retail, but it will have a balloon and then it will kind of settle. You know, some things just keep going, and you know that may just be something that's unattainable, or you have to, you know, I've been in a situation where I know a couple years ago we were going to SneakerCon in Atlanta, and I sold like maybe 10 pair, and I just said, okay, this money that I'm taking, whatever I find when I'm out there. And I found those the LeBron, the court purples, the ones that were just the Staples Center exclusive for his first game. And you know, it wasn't cheap, but it was, you know, those other shoes paid for it. So that's how I justify it, I guess, if you will.
Shout out to AWOL kicking it with Beezy up in this P. Yeah, if y'all didn't know, we just talking about, you know, who controls the market, consumer, GOAT, StockX, Stadium Good, Consignment, Shop. Because how many times, you know, have we actually forgiven StockX? We know they done screwed up, right? We didn't know they had people's information compromised and everything. But like you said, the first thing you do, you go to the store, you looking at comparing StockX to the going price. So it's just, I don't know, like you said, it's just a slippery slope on everything we got going on now.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
To me, it kind of feels like, I don't know, man. I seen there was an episode or something on YouTube or something. I think I seen it on, where Mayer was comparing his shoe, and he literally bent like a $30,000 shoe in half, and he doesn't even care. That's kind of how I feel about shoes in every aspect, whether they're real, fake, 10,000. It doesn't matter no more. I'm just gonna wear it at this point. Like even my most expensive shoe, it's gonna get worn. I don't care no more. So it's like if I miss out on a shoe, how much other pairs do I have? Like 100, 200, something like that. It's not gonna hurt at this point.
I think to
The
get to that
collection's
place though,
already
you got to kind of slow down. Those people that are just chasing every release day, they're not thinking like that. But I think you have to
Right.
kind of graduate. You have to kind of grow to that place where you like, okay, yeah, I got to kind of level off. I got to, focus, not necessarily. I mean, you feel some kind of way. I mean, there's a literal physical response that your body has to getting something that you want. And you chase after that whether you realize it or not. I mean, there's a feeling that you have when I put on a fresh pair of shoes for the first time. It makes me feel some kind of way, and I like that.
True. That's what I go and wait. It's like one moment I want to get rid of everything. Next moment I just want to grab everything.
Right.
What up, S.H.P? Yeah, that's the way it's going. What's going on, bro? You trying to get situated?
Yes, sir.
There you go. He said phone lag. So now that's OG the hemp man. He'll hop back in. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like you said, just gonna wear it from now on. But that's another slippery slope. Cause like, done. I want to be dope when I unds the shoe. Right? You want to have the right fit, the right clothes, because you want to make an impression. So that's the thing. I really battle with doing, because most people say you need to do the on feet. But for me, it's like the sentimental thing is when I unds it, I want to be able to completely unds it, get it dirty, everything. I don't want to be doing no unfit to get the stuff dirty. But like I said, that just may be my weird way of thinking, just to show a shoe. Like, that's okay.
I wouldn't say it's weird. I mean, we all have our own little things that we do. Like for 11s, generally they drop around the holiday time, November, December, or whatever. And if I get them, I generally don't wear them until a year later at the soonest.
Right.
They just sit on ice for no particular reason. It's just something that I do, or I have stuff in my collection that I intend to wear. I really don't have any shoes that are like, I'm never going to wear this. I don't. But there's stuff that I just let sit. And then the longer you let it sit, it's like, I don't know if I want to wear it. Maybe that might be that one thing I set aside to use to go, for something larger that that I missed on.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. What's going on, S.H.P? OG said the only one he waiting on is the Shadow 10.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yep.
Good with you, bro.
All right. I can't hear E Money.
You can't hear me. You can hear me?
OG, you want those Shadow 10s?
Yeah.
Yeah, same. But then there's the steel 10s too. I want another pair. I beat the heck out of the other ones.
Yeah, I'm looking for the
Steel
cherry
10 is definitely a shoe I need back in my collection.
OG kicks.
Yeah, I don't know why people.
OG.
I feel like 10s are like severely underrated compared to every other shoe.
Definitely. It's a slept-on shoe, and it's a comfortable shoe.
Yep, very comfortable.
And that's what I understand. A lot of people don't like this shoe, but it's comfortable. You just gotta wear it and make sure. I think I had one or two though making it sticky because I didn't wear it right away to let it stick. That's irritating, but other than that, that's all right.
10s for me is like, I like them only in certain colorways, and it's one of those shoes that sometimes when I look at it, when I see it, I like it, but I just don't always feel like it looks good on my feet. Or like when I look down, it's like, okay.
Dope. Shout out to B-Dub in the building, OG Kicks. Check out everybody's channel. Got OG the Hemp Man up in there. I got Gone AWOL.
Coming back in.
Let me see, Kicking It with Beezy, J versus Juice. A lot of dope channels. Go check them out. Oh, go ahead, S.H.P. Yeah, you get a chance to introduce yourself, bro. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Let them know where they can find you.
Oh, he still can't hear you, E-Money, probably.
Okay, well, relay it. Can y'all relay it to him?
No, I
Hey,
can't.
shout your thing out, S.H.P.
You said what now?
E-Money said to shout yourself out, so wherever they can go find you.
Oh, okay. Everybody, what's going on? It's your boy S.H.P's Finest. You can find me on my channel, same name, S.H.P's Finest. I do videos on sneakers and stuff. But right now, I'm taking a fall back from the constant videos, but I got a live show called The Round Table if y'all want to check it out.
Dang, that's what's up. Ooh, OGM man said he saw the Seattle team for 97. When was that?
It was posted up earlier today. One of those places I follow on Twitter sent out with the discounts and everything. It was $97. Yep.
Right.
I clicked on that and I couldn't find it. I was like, it was all sold out. I was like, damn, that was a good deal. That's what I was waiting for since they dropped.
Well, that's right. Go ahead, OG. Let everybody know what you got going on. I don't think everybody know what you got going on IG.
So there's so many OGs in here. I'm not sure if you're talking to me or not.
Yeah, OG sneakers.
You're the OG, bro.
Nah, I'm OG Sneakers on Instagram and on YouTube. It's ogsneekerz, and right now I'm doing something that I've done for the past 4 years. It's 11 days of J's with OG Sneakers, and it's just simply I wear one on the first, a two on the second. I do it all the way through. Somewhere in that 11 days is my birthday. Most people have figured that out by now, what the actual day is. But this year we try to give away. This is just my way of on your birthday you usually get stuff, but on my birthday I try to give something back to the people that rock with me on IG or follow and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So this year we're featuring customs, and we're offering up a $50 off a custom from Word Customs, from Des Customs, or from Sneaker Fan Dan. It'll actually be 3 winners. So it's $150 worth of custom money going out, and all you have to do is follow OG Sneakers on IG and on YouTube, and then also follow a Retro Talk Forum, which is the Homie Black Ass African and Hop Dog 18. Follow them both on Instagram and their YouTube channel. And on the 13th, we'll select a winner from those people that followed up on the 2 channels, and one person will get to choose. The first winner will choose whichever of the 3 they want, and then the second person will choose from the other 2 customizers that are left, and the third person will have whoever's left over. But they're all dope customizers, so it's just something that I came up with about 4 years ago, and I like to do it, and it seems like people enjoy it, so it's all good. And I'm also, as Caddy says, 1/3 of Talking Kicks family. Shout out to my brothers Cadillac Jackson and Beard Jedi. We do Talking Kicks podcast on Wednesday nights. We've gotten away from life hits you sometimes and you got to kind of fall back a little bit, but we do have a Christmas special that's coming up, and I think you'll be seeing an announcement about the date. Generally we are Wednesdays at 8:30 Eastern.
That's dope. I should have had all y'all do that. Go ahead, Cole Master, because you got a channel too.
All right, man. I got a channel. I don't know exactly what I do on it, but I do know that I do shoe reviews. I do real versus fake reviews. I do Ross, Burlington, and whatever else I can find cheap reviews. Basically, it's kind of like a poor man's channel, but not really. I do have a giveaway going on. If I can reach 500, should be real easy to get that. Size 11, I can't tell you too much. So if you're size 11, you might want to tune in. You might want to like my stuff. Might get you a size 11 something. But yeah, I mean, just on YouTube having fun.
Yeah, because YouTube stuff, like I said, I be going through it. It's a wave. It's like one month you feel like, oh, I'm going. And the next month you start making your videos, like the hell with it. Then they kind of put you, so of course everything, right? You got levels to everything. But I don't know, just gonna work through it. Just gonna pretty much just concentrate on the show. Of course, if y'all didn't know, this week it's gonna be another dope, intense battle. Cadillac Jackson versus Forgiven Soul, aka Soul Reaper, or basically like Caddy like to say, empty the clip. So It's gonna be a dope one. And then at the end of the month on the 29th, we're gonna have Who Has the Heat season 3 reflections / award show. So that's gonna be nuts. So stay tuned for that. B-Dub was saying them DMP6 is a must cop 2020. What y'all think about that?
I would agree. I'm light on sixes. It's not in my top 5 Jordans, but the DMPs are just, it's kind of one of those things. If you got any sixes that's probably something one that would be on your list.
You heard the question, S.H.P. The sixes. What do you think? Oh, he done muted him and said, "Okay, let me see. We can't hear you, bro."
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Nope.
Can't hear you.
I think some of the time it's StreamYard though, because it's still fairly new for streaming. What you think, Cole Master? That's your cup of tea?
Man, I love sixes, bro. It's between ones and sixes that I just enjoy looking at them for some weird reason. That shoe, I need it. Will I pay resale on it? Not anything over $20.
That's me.
Right.
I'm sorry.
But I'm actually more excited on them UNC3s that are going to be coming out.
Yeah, that's a must.
I need that. I think I want that.
Oh, S.H.P said he gonna pass. It's all good. Yeah, that 3, I would pay resale for that shoe.
I'll pay resale on that one a little bit.
Yeah,
I'll raise it maybe $50 over.
Right. Yeah, those, but they can keep the We the Best 3s. I don't want those because they didn't change it up too much.
Right.
Fire Red 5, yep, that's a must. So that's already with 2 shoes. What's going on, Absolute Style? Thanks for stopping through. Y'all see
You're
right
talking
now,
about the Fire Red, what was it, the 5s?
Yeah, the 5s.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm maybe on those, but that should be an easy one. I don't see why no one really goes crazy over 5s.
Yeah, that's true. What do you think about them Oregon, though? The Oregon joint's going to be dope.
They're nice, but I don't want them as bad as I want them UNCs.
Right. OG Hillman said Flint 13s. Yep, that was a dope. I don't like ones, but yeah, I need those. What are those? The original Jordans, what they call them? Shoot, what they call them? Starship or whatever they was calling it. I want that pack, though.
Spaceship, Starship, I forgot what the name was, yeah.
Yeah, that I gotta have. I don't like that, but I don't care for one. But I like that, and I can tolerate red shoes, red and white shoes, or whatever.
Right.
I guess that's
I'm gonna have to get that pack. It's the 2 shoes in one pack. It's the Airship. My bad, I got it right.
There we go, Airship from Absolute Style. Yeah, gotta have them. That will be
that's a must. I think the UNC 3s, DMP 6. Those denim 6s, maybe.
Yeah.
A lot of 6s.
So All-Star Weekend is going to be nuts. B-Dub says Starship. Yeah, Airship. My bad. I'm sure. But it's going to be, I guess next year is the year of the 5s, right? Because they got what is that? The Black Grapes coming out.
Yep.
And with a What the 5, right? Coming out or something similar like that. I think it got like 3 colors on it. Flint 13.
I never even seen those What the 5s. I didn't even like the What the 4, man. I don't like anything What the really, except for the Dunk.
Right. Oh yeah, and the yellow black 12, that's a must for sure.
Yeah.
12s is comfortable, and I'm surprised at what the 4 is sitting there, but I guess everybody want each individual shoe, right? They rather have the military.
Right.
Shoe. So that is surprising.
I didn't have a problem. I don't have a problem with the concept.
Right.
I just didn't like the choices that they made.
For the color blocking, right?
Yeah.
The colors, yeah.
The material was bananas, but just the choices that they made, I didn't care for it. So it was a no-go for me.
Yeah, I went to the store. I didn't even shoot a video for that shoe. I didn't like it. Like looking at it from pictures, didn't like it. I said, well, maybe I'll go to the store, I'll buy it, I'll do a review. I didn't like it. I didn't even do a video on it.
Wow. Yeah, Vito said that they say 11. I think the 11, right? The Photoshop was a black and silver, right, or something like that. It's supposed to look like a black metallic silver, allegedly. So we'll wait and see what's what.
So you want to hear a joke? So we were talking earlier about buying shoes out of your size.
Right.
So I just went out of the feed because my daughter, my oldest, that's in school at Hampton, called me and she said, "Daddy, do you know that the black and red 11s are going to drop on the 14th?" I said, "Yeah, I've been knowing that." So she's been harassing me about a new phone. She said, "I don't need a phone. I need those shoes." So yeah, but I had already kind of figured that was coming. So I'm hoping that.
Now the question is, do y'all think those shoes gonna sit right? $1 million question again. 2 million pairs.
Nope.
Because how much pairs are you gonna go get?
So I'm gonna try to get 2 for myself.
Yep.
1 for my oldest daughter. My youngest daughter is kind of on the fence, and I tell her, when the shoe is at a price point like that, if you're not interested, I'm not gonna waste the time or the effort, out there to get it. But so at least 3 pair.
Yeah, that's what
3. I'm going at least 8, and I counted maybe 2 more just for the toe.
Wow. Okay.
So Absolute Soul said may sit for one day, but not for long.
Yeah, they're not gonna sit for long.
Nah, I don't even think a whole day. I think in random stores where people maybe didn't think that they were going to get them. Like we have a store out here called like WSS. Mm-hmm. For sure, everyone's going to Foot Locker, Foot Action, Champs, all the big box. But then there's those little other stores that no one really even knows carries Jordans.
Right.
They might sit there for a couple days or one day if that. But there's going to be a slight resale on them, I think, but nothing crazy.
Right, because you figure the guys that, like you said, that hit and didn't think they was gonna hit, they hit in multiple stores, and the only reason you probably be able to get their pairs the next day. But other than that, just for regular retail, I don't think they're gonna sit.
I think people that don't even like sneakers want this shoe. Like people that don't even collect are wanting this shoe.
It's one of those. Fitting. It's one of those shoes like the Black Cement 3s or the black and red 4s. People just know the shoe. They don't know anything about sneakers. They don't know who it is, but they see that shoe and they're like, okay, I need that shoe. Or they're coming in the store. My grandchild wants this shoe. I don't know anything about it. It definitely is that type of shoe that it it definitely brings out people that normally wouldn't even be in the market to get shoes. And I think they strategically do those shoes at holiday time for a reason.
Yeah, it's like the Concord. Like everybody took the thing, they heard 1.5 million. It's gonna be easy. It's easy if you put in some work. But if you don't put in no work, you're not getting the shoe. You're gonna be sitting there with egg on your finger, like you said. The average person buying at least 2 pair, or for the whole family, right? You can't just buy you got to buy for your little kid, your daughter, the wife. Everybody gonna have that shoe. It's just a dope shoe. Everybody know around Christmas that the Jordan 11s is coming out, and they've been saving their money for it.
I'm really lucky over here though. My wife don't care nothing about no sneakers. Nothing. I like, honey, do you want a weekend? Nope. Mm-mm.
You like
she don't like Nikes because she said they hurt her feet. So
yeah, and then backing up to the 4, I don't know how they say that shoe has the black cement 4, and I don't see it. I was like, man, I'm looking at 4 like if it is like very minimal. I guess what was it supposed to be the part of the 4? Was it the tongue? I forgot what part of it. But I was like, man, I don't see it. I see more of the military and the other 3 other than that one. But hey, whatever floats they boat.
Yeah, I just felt like they could have done some more choices. I would have liked to seen some darker, like black someplace on the shoes. Just the fact that they were, basically a white 4, with the, kind of red and a blue. It didn't work for me, but
I seen someone get that same the 4 and color the white black and I was like, wow, that is a nice looking shoe.
I mean, sometimes the color blocking makes a whole difference. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen, I think it's a customizer, Malcolm Garrett. Some of the changes that he's done on the bloodlines, oh my
Yep.
goodness, have been just make the shoe just a completely different, look and feel for sure. So sometimes the color blocking is everything. You know, it could make or break a shoe.
Right. And I think the forward, the way it's made, is one of those hard shoes where you can't get too crazy with the colors on it, especially if you're going predominantly white and you just throwing little hits of this and hits of that on. It's got to be something else that really make it stick out. Oh, McFly up in this piece. There he is, the richest man in shoe
entertainment.
Go on, you should go on and jump in here, McFly. I know you guys. You keep it brutally honest with me. You be like, man, you keep everybody on the straight and narrow. See, but has anyone of y'all bought from Stadium Goods or anything? For me though, I still GOAT. Probably for me though, is the one I buy for. I don't know. I have the most trust with GOAT because I heard a lot of people have a lot of bad experiences, but for so far so good, I'd have had the best experience with GOAT.
Right up, McFly. I've not bought from Stadium Goods. I've bought maybe 2 pairs from Flight Club. We took a trip to New York, and it was just going in there for the first time and kind of getting caught up. But they were regular, you know, it wasn't anything that was on the ridiculous price range.
Right.
But I've not been in Stadium Goods, but have not, bought anything from there.
So I just put the link in there. So I mean, just so far as everything just going on, you think everything that helped the community as far as authentication and people be more self-aware of what to look for on the shoe, or just bringing back the fact that what everybody already knew, but it just kind of like reiterated that you got to be careful on where you buy shoes from and who you buying it from now.
I mean, it's definitely a reminder.
Good,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Cole.
Oh, I said I just think the fakes are too good. I think even if you have 100 pairs, it's real easy to slip up because they feel, smell. For some weird reason, it's the boxes they can't get right all the way.
Right.
But the shoe is spot on. It's weird.
But I said that's what Jordan brand come in there, right? They inconsistent with the boxes. So now you're like, okay, you can't even really use that as a kicker because unless you get all the Jordan boxes and they're perfect, which they haven't been for at least the last 2 or 3 years. So like I said, we used to be able to use the Jordan box on the one, the R and the D used to be the back is the pinch, it used to be the smell, it used to be the insole. They've been so inconsistent, you can't really use none of that crap no more. Unless you just gotta really trust a person and be on the up and up. Say, look, I got these from across the water, these ain't legit. And it is what it is. What you think, OG?
I mean, for me, I think it's. I agree with what you guys said, and I would just add that I mean it's always a constant reminder. I don't think it's necessarily is like a wake up. If you're doing this and you're spending money, it's something that you should know. So maybe it's a wake up if you didn't know.
Right.
But I mean, you should be trying to protect yourself against those things. If you come up on a store that an online vendor that you've never heard of before, do your due diligence to ask the people in your circle. Have you ever dealt with them before? Have you ever, or do you know anybody that's ever caught from this place? Have they had any problems? Not just with quality of shoes, but with shipping, with return, with whatever.
Right.
Or if you're buying from a person, checking again with your circle. Anybody ever caught from this person? Those type of things. So I think over time, like I said, if you're spending money, those are things that you should have come to know. And if you didn't know them, then yeah, this is just another point of wake up for you for sure.
I just think, like you said, we do these other places. It's like you have an authenticator in the middle, so it's like an aha moment. So it's like they screw up, I got you to blame, and I can make you responsible for it versus me being responsible. I think that's probably the biggest thing for a consumer. You can go back to them and say, "You's the one signed off on this, and this turned out to be X, Y, Z, and all out. Now, what you gonna do about it? How you gonna fix it?" And I think that's probably the best thing for us as consumers. You just want that protection to know that if something does happen to go wrong, the only time not on me to fix it. I can go to you. You got to fix the situation.
Yeah, and I just think, just as a whole, we have to be informed. Like I was having a conversation this weekend. We're talking about people who buy, like if you have an experience where you buy a shoe and it's an older shoe, let's say I'm going to say 8 years or older.
Right.
There's a possibility, especially if that shoe is dead stock, depending on how the person kept it, where they kept it, what was the climate where they lived, how the shoe was maintained, then you could put your foot in it and wear it, and it's already done.
Mm-hmm.
But people come in and they if you're not aware of that, you buy something and then you think it's just because it's dead stock means that it's wearable.
Right.
And that's not always, the case. And I think it's important. I guess what I'm trying to say is to be educated about anything that you're spending your money on, and know, what your risk tolerance is.
Right. So with that being said, so how far back would you guys spend the up on the shoe? How far back would you go just and pay resale on it?
Wow, to pay resale. Well, I think the oldest shoe I bought is the oldest shoe that I have, and it was a resale shoe. Those 2001 Black Cement 3s that finally gave up the ghost the other day and started to separate on the sole. But I knew when I bought them, and I bought them round 2 in Virginia, and they said they look wearable, but we can't guarantee that. You got to understand that. But I had them for 4 years before I had an issue with them. So I got a lot of good run out of them, and I guess technically I could still get them resold and bring them back to life. But when it did happen, it wasn't an issue for me. I got a shoe right here. I got 2003 LeBron birthday VNDS one time.
Oh. And what year is that?
It's 2003.
Wow.
But it's an easy fix too. So
right, just yeah.
It's just a certain point I have to refill, and then it's just a clean and a re-glue. But when it happened, I wasn't like, I was mad, but I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna call this guy. He should have told.
Right. You buy us being a sneakerhead, right? That's the risk you take. You see Jay versus Juice, what he said, right? How do y'all feel about that? Everybody passing around not being an authenticator like his, and that's what we was talking about earlier. If you're a true sneakerhead, there's a certain thing as there's no training for it. I don't know how do we get to this point where, if I get at this person, they can authenticate it for me. There's no. So how does that? What is y'all answer to that?
Man, I just posted a meme earlier on IG of something I seen on Facebook. They're like, "Do you love sneakers? Is this your passion? Become an authenticator at our school and this and this and that." I'm like, no school could teach you this. I mean, if you're a true sneakerhead, quote unquote sneakerhead, you just know. Like you've touched a lot of pairs. You've worn a lot of pairs. You know what the business is. That's why I don't get how some people don't at least touch the fakes. Like people think that all I do is touch fakes. Most of my closet is like real pairs. The fakes are underneath the bed. I wear them. I beat them up. I touch them. I smell them. I get wears out of them. I try to experiment because it's educational. So to me, if you're a true sneakerhead, you don't put in the fakes with the reals, though. That's for sure. And you don't resell the fakes as a real. But like I just don't get what can make someone a certified authenticator, because even someone that's way beyond my level, they can fail.
Right.
Your failure rate is still there.
And that's like you said, that's the thing to educate yourself, because I put my foot in it And then I put my foot in a shoe I bought. What was it? I had to take it back to Foot Locker. I don't know if they switched it. I don't know whether it became on the wrong lot, but it didn't feel right. I say this shoe is not this shoe is not legit because it felt flat the insole, and that was the same feel that the UA shoe felt at the time. I said, this you got to give me another shoe. I know what real 12s feel like versus the other 12. And like you said, that's
Right.
a way to educate yourself. Touch a lot of shoes so you'll know exactly what you can, at least you can feel comfortable with. I ain't gonna say the next person, but you can feel yourself comfortable, aware to say, okay, I got a good pair of shoes. And that's the whole thing of, like they say, authenticate. How can a person authenticate a shoe if they don't have these shoes or don't even get this shoes at all, but they're just going, oh, you're gonna smell, or you looking on the old stuff about the label, but is that
Right.
what's current? Is that what's actually going on now? And see, I'm out of the loop. I don't know what they got across because they didn't change everything, right? You got different grades from what I understand. You got perfect, max perfect, UA authentic. All I was like, my goodness. So it's like depending on how much money you want to spend, and they can actually, quote unquote, they say they can get you the pairs that fell off the truck or whatever may have you if they know you well enough, and they'll send it to you for a little extra money. So I don't know.
They can. They can. I mean, I just seen that video that everyone's making hype off of. In that video, I'm not gonna keep going further and further because I respect the channel and I
Right.
know who has ties to what. But I've done business with the guy who supplied those shoes, and they're one of one. They're probably almost UA, almost as good as the real. So, I
Right.
mean, it's pretty scary how some of them are almost just as good from smell. I wore them; they fit just like the reals. Just like you said, you know what a 12 feels like. A 12 is comfortable, very comfortable.
Mad comfortable.
Mad
Old man comfortable. OG comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, the 12,
And
the
that's the
12
thing,
feels
like
like
I
a
said,
12,
if
man.
they trust you, they'll hook you up with the real shoe, probably whatever they make the other shoes off of. They're gonna charge you a little bit extra though. But again, like you said, it depends on how bad you want the shoe. And do you want to go to the masses or do you want to go through them? So I mean, it's everything is subjective. But at the end of the day, you just got to do what you feel comfortable with. Like I said, most of this stuff is so if something don't go right, you can go back to that person and say, "Well, you signed off on this shoe. Now you got to fix it. You got to give me either another pair of shoes or give me my money back." But I don't want to put myself in that situation. I just try to tell people, "Well, I got two of these shoes, and you look at it for yourself. No one of them is alike, so you take it with a grain of salt right there." Until you can actually, because by looking at the shoe, you can't really tell unless you can put your foot in it. You got to dissect it. Pictures don't tell the whole story. You need to have it in hand. As we've seen from most Jordan stuff or any shoe, you see the picture, then you see it in hand. It's like, or on feet, it's like two different stories the shoe tells.
Right.
Shout out to M. Sotelo 503 up in here. S.H.P up in this place. J versus Jew still up in here. So I mean, it's just a lot of stuff. As like I said, as us the true sneakerhead, like you said, no. And it just we just buying. Hopefully, nobody. What's the name? Just get the hook, as they say.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think if I just say for for myself, sometimes what is that saying? Ignorance is bliss.
Right.
I mean, you buy with the confidence, like you say, that you got a receipt, or you're
Right.
buying from a reputable business, or if you determine that it's something other than what you expected or believe it to be, that you have some recourse. But every one of these shoes I got down here, if I had to go through and you know say, I say I think I hope
Right.
I bought them from those places that they should be, but can I say 100 beyond a shadow of a doubt? Nope.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Absolute style. Quality varies between sneakers, so it's hard to tell real from fake. And that was the thing. If Jordan Brand would be more consistent, then it'd be easy. But they not. They all over the place. Prime example would be the Bread 11s. Watch how if you got about 20 people did a video, I guarantee you every one of them will have a different flaw on the shoe. something to be wrong with the shoe. And so then there you come. Now you open the door for the fakes to slip in there because nothing you can really look at to compare the shoe and say, "Oh, I've been had," and that's the scary part of everything.
True.
That is so. I don't know where do we go.
Man, I just feel like there's too much evil people, and they just don't care at this point. It doesn't take much to be a manager at Foot Locker and swap out a whole bunch of shoes for fakes. It's not hard to do.
You got that right. That you hit that dead on the head. Is nothing for that, or just somebody just to be just running shenanigans all together. And then again, buying from places like Go, Stockx, you got to think, man, they authenticate 100 shoes, 200 shoes a day. Now think of yourself. You sitting there, your eye. What kind of mood is this person in during the day? Is he actually in the mood to actually do some work, or he just in the dude just I don't give a crap and just send everything through? And then you got the human factor where you're gonna get tired, your eyes tired, maybe. I mean, whatever. So you gotta just logically think about all of that. How good are they actually checking? Because at the end of the day, they trying to make money. That's what
Right.
it's about for them.
My big question is, who is the person? Somebody's grandpa, somebody's grandma? Like, that's my biggest thing. Like, this person don't even care about shoes, and they're over here authenticating, quote unquote, my shoes that I'm gonna get. Or just somebody that doesn't even care about shoes. Like I feel like some of them might just be regular people who signed up for the job and got the job.
Right. And then again, another thing, how much of these guys getting paid, right? That always is a big issue. The better the pay, the better the job would be. If you paying a person with $8-9, how much do you think this person gonna actually do? I mean, probably what's the most? Make sure the shoe is clean. What else? Make sure the boxes ain't beat up, and maybe they do the sniff test, right? That's probably the most 3 things they do, and anything after that, who knows what happened.
Right. I don't know. I just sent a pair that shouldn't have passed authentication to GOAT, but I made it pass.
See, it's just inconsistent. But then you can get a guy want to be an a-hole one day, and he know the rules, and he want to enforce the rules that day, right? He want to enforce it, or he could even want it to shoot for himself. Because I think Goatman did that a couple times to me. I know the shoe was A1, but we'll say, oh, well, something wrong with the shoe, so do you mind selling it for 5 to 10% less? And I think them jokers be buying the shoe.
So how do you
I have a weird feeling that those GOAT and StockX places, they lower the price on us for as far as sellers go,
right?
And they'll keep the price low, and then they'll hike it up. So they'll keep like a stock, I feel, because sometimes that button makes 0 cents. I'm like, there's so much hype on this shoe, but the price hasn't gone up $1. So it feels like they buy them out when they see the price is good enough, and then they resell them for maybe 20, 30 more.
Yeah, that's what me and my friend was saying today. You catch it on the low because people buying the shoes, like a whole bunch of people go buy a lot, and they belly up, right? So StockX, they'll go buy them, or they'll go buy from the low, and they'll just wait it out. They'll jack up the price. Whereas, and I think that's what's kind of going on with a lot of the Travis Scott 6s, because they was high, and all of a sudden the bigger sizes just free fall. It's like, that was crazy. I mean, it's like what, $500-600? So that is weird within itself. You say Jay versus you said that's the reason he don't want to get all these grails. He paranoid. Yeah, the only thing you can do is buy it, keep the receipt, check the return policy, and make sure they honor it. That's the thing. But I mean, even that is a slippery slope. Because they got this guy here. He's selling a pair. He said DS taxis. He want about 3, a little over. Like you saying, OG, I don't know the state of that shoe. That's the question. I don't know where he stored it or none of that. And so I could go out there and wear the shoe and walk around within 2 hours, the whole back flopping, and I would be pissed. But at the end of the day, I got to know that's the chance I'm taking because the shoe is 6 years old.
Yep.
So it's like, what you going to do? Are you going to spend the money, or are you just going to sit here and wait patiently and hope Jordan Brand drop the taxes again?
Well, they're going to get their money, that's for sure.
You think they're gonna re-release those?
Oh, I think what they do is they're very strategic in terms of what they give to us and when they give it to us. I
Right,
think very seldom do we get anything when we want it.
right,
Like if you know, I know we were talking earlier about the airship pack. I think that was when I went
right,
out. But how long have we been talking about that? You know, you got petition. You know, you need to bring that back, and it seems like they're ignoring and not paying attention and nothing. And then boom, it drops, and now everybody is just, you know, they're fixated, they're stuck. It's, you know, it's the must. So you can, you know, then make the decision whether you want to slow walk everybody and just trickle them out, and few people get them and keep trickling them out and let the numbers keep, you know, the hype keep running up. It's very strategic. It's not, I don't think that they do stuff by accident, or that I think that they pay attention when we think that they're not paying attention, but
right.
they just never give us what we want when we want it.
Exactly, right. It's like how long we've been asking for the Flint 13s. Finally, so you get those. I don't know how many we want. We want this, we want that. We're gonna get in a year, but that was even surprising. So I think if we actually get those, I don't think we're gonna get nothing else that year. A lot of people think wants the cool grade 11s, right? But I don't see us getting those as well. But I could be wrong. We'll see.
Yeah, but I think sometimes they play it wrong too, because they wait it out too long and then they drop it and we go, no thanks. You know, I'm on to something else. So it ends up going straight to the outlet.
Right. True, true, true. Got Johnny J's in the building, Crystal Christine, Liberal Hill, Absolute Styles, M. Sotelo. Thank y'all for stopping through. J versus Jews. I always encourage everybody to check each other's channels out, and because that's how you get the word out. Because when I first started, you kind of get stuck in the sneaker thing, but it's only so much pie in the sneaker community. Everybody can get somebody. It's like before, if people used to shout you out, you used to get hooked. I mean, you get, you know, more view, but now you just got to do your own work. You got to go check out other channels. And some other people do actually like sneakers. They maybe don't want to buy all of those sneakers, but they into sneakers, and they'll, you know, they come check out the different channels. So that's all I'm trying to do is, it's kind of like off the subject, but just trying, you know, open the door so everybody, because everybody hitting the paranoid mode right now. Because I think everything changes tomorrow actually on YouTube, where they start enforcing their COPA or COPA, however they said, um, policies. The child, whatever they got sued for. So we'll
Yeah, I
see how
think some of that is already up. I did a live stream from my phone the other day for the first time, and
right.
it was making me, you know, I had to say whether or not this was going to be for children or not for children, and they kind of discourage you, because I think if you click and say, okay, I'm not talking anything, I'm just talking about shoes, and then you say yes, it can be for kids, and then there's something else that comes up.
Yeah,
That
get that other thing.
yeah, and it made me go like, nah, that's okay.
Do
I
for
just,
adults, right?
yeah, I just skipped it, man. Just, you know, it's
So what are you doing, Cole? You doing yours individual? You doing your channel straight for adults only?
Nah, straight for adults, man, because I don't know what the hell I'm gonna say. And if I get caught saying something weird and some kid, hey mom, look what Cove said that such and such. That's why I said, man, I don't try to start beef on your channel. I try to be respectful and I try to be courteous and whatnot. So I do know how to act civilized, but at the same time, it's not really my nature, man. So I know how I am. My channel can turn bad any day of the week.
You see what Liberal Sneaker said? Will the sneaker companies ever increase security to fight bots, which would kill resale? See, the thing about that, actually, they making it easier for the bots now. From what I understand, people saying it's gonna be good to kill resellers, but it's actually helping them, because if you're taking the stuff out of the stores and putting it on the sneakers app, who you think gonna get all the shoes now? You got a better chance of doing a back door at a store and paying somebody versus, or your friend can hook you up, right? Somebody know they can hook you up and get a shoe. But if the store is getting less, they taking away from the mom and pop. you losing because now you got to go unless you're gonna join the masses and grab your bot. They helping the resellers because most of the resellers got bots. So I don't think that's gonna work. I think it's making it easier for them.
I personally, I don't feel like. I think companies can do things to slow bots down, but I don't think they can ever like completely kill them
Right.
because you might have a good programmer and somebody else have a better one.
Right.
So it's technology. Somebody always going to figure out a way to break into your mousetrap.
Yeah, it's a tit for tat basically, right? It's like virus protection. You come up with a good virus protection, they come out with something better. It's like you playing leapfrog. You do something, I do it better. But if you keeping everything limited to the site, you only helping the resellers, in our opinion. Unless we as the consumer gonna get even, and you're gonna join. Like they said, you either beat them. What they said, if you can't beat them, join them. That's basically what we doing. Look at it. Rupert said, "Can't nobody do me like Jesus." Rupert, you all just change. Oh man, Rupert. I gotta put that on there. Rupert, you said that right. Rupert is off the chain. I appreciate you, Rupert, for that $2 donation and always
money, yeah, money.
Hey, and E-Money, let me just take a second to say, man, how you moving is not going missed out in the community. We appreciate you, what you're doing, and the positive way that you're doing it, for sure.
I appreciate it, bro. I'm just trying to do stuff and give back. I mean, YouTube for me is supposed to be fun, and I ain't trying to do no get rich because I can do my thing. That's what you get, a job and stuff. Because I said without the people, it wouldn't be no me. So I just try to, if it ain't but a Funko Pop or say just my appreciation, it ain't all about me making a buck or a dollar. And if somebody, if I'm out doing a vlog, a lot of people hit me up and say, okay, can you get me this? All I do maybe charge for the box or the shipping. I try to find the low. The only thing that's what kills me here by being in Hawaii, the shipping kills me. But if I can get it for a low and send it to you, I will send it to you, bro. No problem.
So now, are you where Truist is, or on?
Yeah, I'm where High Truist is, bro. They knock you across the head. It's all good, Cold Master. What's going on, Lindsay B? Miss Funko Pop. Yeah, I'm with Truist. You been to Truist before?
I was down there for business about, maybe it's been 3 or 4 years ago, and I hit Truist. But the shop that I had got the most love from, I don't know if they're still out there. The bank.
The bank. Oh yeah, Ren.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Ren. That's my dude. I shouldn't talk bad about Truist. Because Truist, he cool with me. He let me do the vlog inside the store. I just don't buy them from him. But again, that's what I was saying. That's why I refer back to the market across the water is dictating everything. Because Truist, all of the tourists go in there. That's the first place they hit. And if you go on his page on IG, you see all types of stuff guys buying. I said I couldn't do it. But he do give back to the community doing Christmas and all that stuff he has. So I ain't knocking his hustle. If people can pay for it, afford it, knock themselves out.
No, it's a dope shop. When I was out there, it was when he was first dropping the no-show socks.
Right.
And my only frustration is that I'm still waiting on no-show socks. I just figure I'm not gonna get them, but I got my Truist tee. And I can't remember if I think it was a couple pairs I was looking for, but I wasn't able to find. But I went actually when they had you all had a dunk exchange on Honolulu.
Right.
And I happened to be there at that time and actually picked up a couple pairs, red and white 23s that I had been looking for like the Lolo while I was out there. So I love it, man. We're actually trying to, our youngest graduates this year, and we're trying to take a family trip after she graduates. So if I do make it that way, I'm definitely going to holler at you.
All right. Yeah, I think we actually supposed to have another sneaker convention this year. So everybody's like, can sneaker come out here? But they got like Hawaiian sneakerheads and different stuff. So hopefully it will get out here soon. Rupert said, "Cross the water." Yeah, I'm really across the water, and it's a fight over here. I lost all of my contact. Most of the people that I used to, go in there and holler at in Foot Locker and stuff, they gone. They done moved to other places. So I'm in the process of getting business cards, trying to get the brand out. Like I said, Sis 313, she doing her thing every Wednesday. McFly do his thing. We're gonna probably jump up this Sunday, do wrestling. Or wrestling that everybody call PM. He doing his stuff. PM always on the move. So
Look, I saw you one time. You were talking about power, and I
right,
wanted to jump on, but I couldn't because I was doing something. But I went to see Queen and Slim the other
right.
day. Whenever you talk about that movie, hit me up.
All right, yeah, I got to get that other channel going. I haven't seen Queen and Slim. I saw Harriet. So a lot of
Okay.
people don't want to watch that because it's too controversial. So I said I'll leave that alone. Um, but it's some good movies out there. So I definitely hit you up when I get ready to talk about it. And Power, I can't wait for that. I think all that is we'll see. I don't
Yep.
know who really do it, but I think they're gonna move in a different direction and try to make a new Ghost and Tommy. But we'll discuss that a little bit later.
Yeah,
Let me see.
I'm here for that. That's I
You
just
ready?
need
You
to
ready?
know.
All right, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I ain't promote. I should be like I said. I got to get better on my time management. I got so much stuff in the work, like the second channel. Trying to get finish this season of Who Has the Heat. We're gonna start season 4 pretty soon. We don't want to take too much of a break. Then we'll do the Tournament of Champions, and then, like I said, on the 29th, we're gonna do the reflection and also the award show. So that should be a good. Gonna give back. So it should be some half the awards gonna be for people who participated. The other half gonna be for the people in the chat because without no chat, it's no show. So that's the way we
Facts.
see it.
No,
And
absolutely.
then we see Deborah said fakes don't impress most YouTubers, but to the general public, fakes be breaking necks, no cap. Of course, because you don't know, right?
Absolutely. I mean,
You don't know. Lindsay, what did Lindsay B say? Oh, GOATWEEZY, he back. They look like a lot of fun. Oh yeah, SneakerCon. I don't know if people actually buy stuff, but I don't know. You been to SneakerCon yet, OG?
oh yeah.
You been,
I do at least one a year. Um, this year, what did I do? Well, of course, it was in DC, so that was an easy one to do.
right?
But yeah, I do. I enjoy them. I for different reasons now. Now it's more just to kind of catch up with people or meet people for the first time if they're coming through, as opposed to necessarily just going to cop.
There it is. The line is open. We're gonna probably be in another 30 minutes or so. Lindsay B, anybody, Rupert want to jump in, talk about the subject? Yeah, if Lord willing, I'm gonna try to get to the ATL because I'm from Alabama, so I'll make that about a couple weeks, or at least a week or two trip. Because I said I don't know what's wrong with me. For some reason, I hate flying, and I chose the farthest place to be. My kids be laughing at me when I be on the plane, man. It's crazy. What's going on around the world? Media, thanks for stopping through. Yeah,
Yes.
they because we go most of the time we go to Las Vegas, right? Las Vegas area for at least once a year. And actually, believe it or not, it's cheaper here to go to Las Vegas than it is to go to the outer island. So that's where everybody goes spend
Wow.
their money at. Yeah.
Yeah, but that is not an easy flight. I like when we went. It was for me, Baltimore to LA,
Right.
and then LA direct, into Honolulu. And yeah,
That
that
4 or 5 hours is no joke, right? Ain't nothing between you but water underneath, man. That's what Rupert said, across the water. That is truly across the water.
more than you can drink, as the old people used to say.
And that's when you start, like Rupert, referring back to Rupert, nobody do you like Jesus. Like,
Yes,
man,
sir.
you be up there praying, man. Like, you really be praying. Okay, it's cool, Lindsay. It's all good. Yeah, for anybody who do Funko Pop, yeah, Lindsay into that. I missed her last when she did I think Jeffrey the Batman. You collect Funko Pops, OG?
Come on, man. I'm nobody in Talking Kicks does that but me.
Oh man. Nice. Octo
But
Spidey. That's what I got. I got messing around with, who was that? Who got me into it? Like McFly and David, and I just been out of control ever since.
For me, it's like it reminds me of certain things, and I just
Well, that's a nice one.
yeah, I'm missing one there we go, to get I that the hardest one to find is the one that I don't have, that Jam Master J.
And see, yeah, that's the other thing, right? It's like once you get one, you got to get the whole set if it's a whole bunch of the different numbers and color. Oh, Ratchet in the building. What's that, bro?
What's that, OG?
Hey, what's going on now?
So what you think about the whole thing, man? I seen some of that yesterday. I think everybody was talking about like the custom stuff too. What were you saying? What do you say? A custom? What are some people saying? A custom can't be made, or real can't be made into a fake. Fake can't be made into a real.
Oh, that was Brian tripping like about that. He was talking about like if you get a real Concord and you customize it to look like bread, there's a fake shoe now. I'm like, no, it's still a real shoe, just customized. You feel me?
Right. Yeah, I guess in that you could probably say like a car, right? The car, most people like to paint them and put their dunks, but it's still the car, and you can sell it on the lot and let you.
Just like the Rolex, like if you get a Rolex and you buy it and you go bust it down, you put jewels on it, like it's still a real Rolex. You just customize it.
Right. For sure, for sure. So what do you think about who controls the resale market though? Is it the consumer, GOAT, StockX? I guess we can beat on this at nausea. And do you think anybody can actually authenticate a shoe?
I think that as far as the resale market, I think it's a little bit of everybody. Like everybody got their input into place. Consumer also, but I also believe that the GOATs and the StockXs can also, because they like once before shoe come out, like we're looking at like we don't want it for personal use, but we want to try to get flip or you know what I'm saying, use to trade or something. We're gonna go to StockX or whatever, see what it's going for. Be like, okay, well I'm gonna go out to that mug at this price right now.
Right.
So I think we all got a little influence to it because like that price might be set at that, but we don't have to buy it at that price. But like I don't think it's all influence from everybody. Like the consumer, the price with it. And as far as the being able to authenticate a shoe, yeah, you can authenticate a shoe, but I think that you got to be able to touch them fakes. Like you got to, I believe that how can you be like, okay, well I know what's real and I know what's fake, but you don't have any fakes. Like because you got to know how the fakes coming to be able to know how, okay, well this is what I need to look for, or this was different. And I'm saying like even when you're doing that, there's so many different versions that they have of them. So it's like you got to continuously be messing with the fakes to keep up with them.
Right. And that's what Cole was talking about. He said you got to mess with all types of shoes to get an idea of what to look for. Because if you just only getting one pair of shoes or maybe two pair, it could be different. Like I did last year at Concord, I had two of the same shoes retail, and they was completely different. I was like, this is crazy. And one person thought they was fake. I was like, no, they both real. I got them from the retail store. So that's the thing.
There's difference in the retail pairs too. Like they don't be like, oh well, this is. I'm like, no, that don't necessarily mean it's fake. So like some people think that every retail pair have the same production date numbers on the inside of the shoe. I'm like, no, depending on which line made the shoe, like they have different production dates on it. They don't mean it's fake just because yours doesn't say the same thing as this person that says, oh, I got mine from Nike and this is what my production date say. Well, there's so many different factors to it.
Right. And like you said, us as a sneakerhead, but then it's like, I just want to blame somebody for it. But there's a chance you can get the hook. So you got to educate yourself and say, okay, this shoe may be real, but it may just have some certain flaw. Because just like 2 million bread. Now, how many you think of them shoes they going to look like? You think they're going to actually take the time to go through all of them shoes and they got all these other shoes dropping behind? It just ain't going to happen. Only thing you can do.
The differences of pairs from sneakers, and I'm talking. He got both of them from sneakers out. And yeah, like from the amount of nipples on them to all kind of different stuff I've seen.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's just like you all remember. I can't remember what it was. A one came out a couple years ago, and it was a whole thing about how the extra laces were they in a bag or were they rolled up in a circle. Oh, I can't remember the shoe, but it was this whole big thing about, oh, well, this is not real because the shoes that are real came with the
I know.
laces round up, and then some of them were just.
Yeah, what you think about that, Ruby? You think that's a way? Is that an efficient way? Maybe I know back 2-3 years ago that was the way you could say the thing was fake, but being how bougie done Nike is now, I don't know. You could get one or two.
Honestly, like for real, 90% of it can be told with a $4 investment, and that's just a black light. Like,
right?
For real. You see in a lot of these shoes, just a simple black light. But now, like, some of them, they get past that, and that's where you gotta go. Okay, well, you looking for the factory stamp, and you lifting up the insoles and all that, so you see how the thread go and different stuff like that. But I mean, there's a lot of them that's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of them that you can tell the difference easy. But I mean, like I said, like, it's some of them that they got exactly on. Like, they really got, like, man, I'm talking about, like, wow, like, man.
Right? Oh, go ahead, yeah, Rube. I forgot. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro, because everybody might not know who you is. Go ahead and shout your stuff out.
Ratchet, super duper Rube. I'll be so talking no clown. I'm his eye, and y'all go sub to these boys. I'm Gucci. I get most of the haters coming my way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing what I'm in. I'm comfortable.
Yeah, stop messing with them jokers down in Roebuck, man. I'll be like I said, I don't think I can handle it. I think if I go to the house, I may only be to the house 1 or 2 days, man. Alabama is off the chain now. I keep up with the news. They just doing some crazy stuff.
Birmingham. What part of Alabama?
Birmingham, bro.
Okay. My family's from like around Florence, Tuscumbia area.
Right.
Northern Alabama, kind of up in.
Oh, you up there with Huntsville? Then.
Yeah, Muscle Shoals is about 10 minutes from where my mama was born.
Nut. But you in Florida now, right, Rupert? You ain't in Bama, are you?
Yeah, I've been in Florida for 2 years now.
Oh, okay.
I still go back to Bama and visit though. Like I was right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So what else we should be aware of, Rupert, that's coming out for the hook? I mean, like you said, there's different variation, right? Back in the day, they only had 1 or 2, maybe 3 versions of UA. Now they got all types of stuff. UA Authentic, Import, AAA. I like, God, dog.
Like any shoe basically that's like high good resale, like they gonna try to basically get that perfect. Like that's why you seen so many versions of the Travis 6. You seeing them coming with another, like they just made another version of the Travis Air Force One low yesterday. I just seen them pass that video. Like they got some kind of new stuff. I don't know, it's kind of like brown big potato sack bag or some stuff going on. I'm like, so I don't know if they know something that no, I'm like, man, sometimes like they'll have the shoe over there before we see it over here. And it's like, it actually be coming out looking like that. I remember when the LeBron 10 came out, like, they had it months and months before we saw it. Just like the Brandon Lamb. I had the 2019 Brandon Lamb since, February?
Right. What going on, GOATWEEZY?
Ain't nothing, man. What's going on with y'all?
Yeah, Jesus said he had some 72, 10, 11 reps were flawless. Dang.
That's one pair that they was getting through Stockx. Like, it's also, that's what we telling people, like, it's people that hit me up, and they comfortable with hitting me up and let me know that, hey, I'm sending these through StockX. They show me their imports. Hey, that's why I'm like, because I'm like, oh, well, damn, it's going through. Like, I don't put them out. You feel me? And I think that's why they still come to hit me up. But I'm like, bro, I let everybody know, like, hey, these pairs right here, they're getting through. You know what I'm saying? Watch for the hook on them. Like, I only say the pairs that I get the proof on, but they tell me other pairs also, too. That's why I'm like, bro, like, go to the game, man. It's trill out here, man, for real. Like, Facebook got through everywhere. I'm talking about UN, Go, StockX, Stadium, like, Flight, all that. They done got through everywhere. Like, literally everywhere. Any place you see a replica tag from that they got across the water, they made them like that because they got the real one.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If you know them real well and you want to spend the bread, they'll send you the real one. If you really.
Oh, that's paying to do it. I told people, like, they paid me. They literally paid me money to go buy the shoe. They paid for the shoes for me just to give them the receipt in the bag back. I mean, they did what it is. Like, they paid me for all that.
Wow.
They paid for all that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I said when I used to do my video, they'd be like, when I first started doing my comparing real versus fake, it's like, yeah, we can send you the real one, but then you don't want to get hit across the head because I don't know what they sending me is a real one because I don't know. I wasn't didn't know how to authenticate and look for a shoe. They probably all look the same to me, but it's like they actually had some real ones from the factory. They say, oh, 250, 300. And you don't want to be paying that. And next thing you know, they show up at your door and it's fake, the real fake shoe with the glue smell. And you ain't gonna want to send it way back across the water and go through that all that with them. So I was like, nah,
and
it ain't.
they will do that too. Like if you don't have a good relationship with them, they will hit you with the hook too. That's why you watch for the hook from everywhere. Like man, hey, so I said, look, I say it's the devil. Both of them the devil. I just picked the lesser of the two evils. That's what.
Yeah.
So what about y'all? Go at Foot Locker. They ever somebody tried to pull the okey doke on you guys before?
Man, that joint happened more than what people think. But like when people do it, like we always look at a sneaker that we have in the store anyway. But like I was saying earlier, like we do have retail pairs that does have flaws because shoes nowadays they're so mass produced. So, but you just got to really know what you're looking for. That's all.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Jordan Brand, if they could be just maybe, we ain't asking for 100%, maybe 90% better on quality control, we could kind of get an idea. But maybe Jordan Brand in on the fix. Maybe they don't give a crap. Maybe they, like Ruben said, the restock on the Legend Blues or the 11s, they was B grades or whatever when they needed to restock.
So that's for a fact. I saw the invoice and everything. Like that's why I was like they didn't tell me more. But like I said, I always only speak on what I see the proof of. Like I don't just go and tell me. I'm like, no, I need to see the proof.
Yeah.
But also I think like we brought this on ourselves. Like think about it. Like 2012, 2013, we was complaining like a mother, man. They ain't dropping enough shoes. They ain't dropping enough shoes. Now we get a shoe drop every other day. Seems like and it's
exactly.
A lot of it. They just like we got stuff sitting, but we're like, what? Like man, just like we getting too much.
For real, everything's so saturated. Like you were saying earlier, with 2 million pairs of breads, like dog, it's gonna be so many replicas out here. You ain't gonna know what's legit and what's coming from across the water.
You got that right. And that the only thing they give away used to be before was the smell. I don't know if the glue smell is still the issue no more. They done got rid of that.
Like brand new tennis balls being popped open now.
I was about to say it put me in the mind of acetone a little bit. Like when we get our shipment in and I'll open the box and smell it, it smells like acetone to me.
Hey, that's crazy.
Both all the stuff.
That's what it smells like. That's just me though.
15, we would be like, oh well, we're gonna have a year where we're gonna get the infrared system with the Nike Air on the back, bread folds, Nike Air on the back. Like them two there, right? We would just be like, what? That's enough right there. We got so much other stuff throughout the years. Like, man, it's like sure they just keep dropping them. You don't have time to enjoy what you didn't cop. Like shit, well, I get these in the next.
And that's the thing that threw me out. I think the bread 4s and the 6s had that weird smell. I was like, hold on now. And then when they did their reviews, they said, okay, it smells like okay. I'm saying I was getting scared for a minute.
Yeah, them 6s definitely did. Because I thought they had gave me a Fugazi pair.
What you think, OG? You ever got some shoe that you thought was skeptical?
More than one. Same thing. You go and I'll jump on and I'll, try to check videos and do different things. And, I've usually been able to settle it in my mind. I've never gotten something that was so confusing that I felt like, okay, I gotta take it back to the store or whatever. But yeah, definitely. I've seen quality, like I said, until I fully understood that, sometimes there's different production dates, because you come in early and you just think, okay, you watch somebody's video and they say this is the date. And then you look and you got a shoe and it doesn't have that date. You're like, well, damn, I got the wrong thing. But you don't know. Sometimes it's 2, 3, maybe even 4 production dates, depending on, when they were produced and, at what period of time. So, definitely I've had that, where your heart drops to another part of your body moment where you're looking at the shoe and you don't even know what to think.
Right. Shout out to 901 in the building. Will's World say he Roy One still smell bad from Finish Line. And that's another thing too, Jordan Brand. The ones, I don't know if it's store, but mine got that glitter on it. I was like, what the hell is that? It's like glitter on the side of the shoe.
Yeah, so I ain't even wore my shadow ones yet, and they got that glitter on it. They still dead stock with glitter.
A1. I rock them ASAP.
Or them shadow one.
Right, them mugs had A1. I like it. That was like I think that's a step on. Like that mug is just. I'm like, man, that mug quality and everything.
Yeah, my joint still dead stock, and they got that glitter on.
That's crazy. And see, that's another thing too. It's like you send your stuff in, they'll be like trying to tell you to keep your shoe, and then next thing they'll be rocking your stuff. So I guess at the end of the day, for us as consumers, we just gotta do what we gotta do, and whatever we feel comfortable with. Because there's no way you can 100% like you said. You try to check out Rupa, see how many different versions Cross the Water got. Then you try to look at a couple of Jordans, but again, it just depends on how many being produced. And this Bread 11 finna really cause some headaches. So.
I don't even know the Bread 11 no more. That's what I'm like, I'm lost. Like the thing was like, straight man. I'm like, I don't even know no more. I really
So how many different versions of those you got, Rupa?
I don't have none anymore. Like, you know, they get misplaced, you know what I'm saying? But I had what, 5? Yeah, I had 5 different versions.
5, god damn.
Or the Bread 11, god dang.
Well, they do them until they get them like officially right, though, right? Like
they start calling them Nike pair. They start calling that. And A retail. That's
Jesus.
That's what the people.
Oh shoot, we got a bag. I'm gonna be getting ahead of my. Go ahead, GOATWEEZY. Introduce yourself, bro. Let them know where they can find you at.
All right. For those of you who don't know me, GOATWEEZY, my name down there in the box, man. My channel, GOATWEEZY. Instagram, GOATWEEZY. So that's pretty much it, man.
Yeah, it's just like I said, I don't want to be. I don't like taking sides on that. I said the best way for it, we just gotta educate ourselves. I don't try to get one way or another because, I mean, like I said, we try to put the owners on a person to authenticate, but in the back of your mind, you gotta know this person probably don't know no more than me. But you can blame them though, right? This guy, he don't know what he's doing, but you already gotta know he can't 100% know because, like I said, there's no certificate training. There's no 4-year school you can go to. This person don't work for Jordan, so there's a chance he probably don't give a rat's about what they doing.
That's what I was saying. Oh boy, what's dude? This sometimes look like a radio looking dude, fast looking dude.
Which one?
Oh, I ain't know it'd be more than one with a beard.
Oh, Cold Master.
No, he be at Sneaker Cuz. He be like on the counter at Sneaker Cuz.
Oh, I ain't been to Sneaker Cuz. Maybe go. No, I got to.
Oh, you talking about AJ? Little short dude.
Yeah. He was talking about they started like have authenticators. I brought the question. I'm like, okay, how can y'all authenticate tell the difference between a real and a fake shoe if they don't have a fake shoe in hand to know? And then you just gotta ignore it and just keep getting ignored. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's a valid question. Like, I want to know.
Yeah,
going through it at light speed too, right? You got all these guys lined up, and everybody just. I was like, okay, yeah, okay.
And that line be long. People like legit be sitting there waiting to get their shoes legit checked.
That's crazy. And then how much you gotta pay them for it?
I don't even know how much you got to pay because I never waited in line to ask anybody. I was just like look at the line.
Well, the times that I've been, it hasn't been a fee. But I think maybe the first one I went to that was in this area, like 2013, 2014, if they were giving you a tag, they were charging you because they were putting the tag on it. But if it was just cleared, like I've had a couple situations. I was working with a store locally here when they just had the sneaker con in DC, and they had a person come up that wanted to buy the Travis 4s, but they wanted to take it to the table. So he took it to the table. The person checked it. They said it was good money. They paid me right there, for the store, right there at the table, and took the shoe. But it wasn't a charge. On the other end, I was at another sneaker con and I had some Yeezys I was getting off of. And it was a couple guys that were just going through and they were buying every Yeezy that they found, like that people were selling in the pit or individual. They said, I'll buy it from you for this if you take it to the table. Took it to the table. They said, yeah, he gave me my money. They took the shoe, kept moving. But I didn't have to pay any fee for actually getting the shoe authenticated.
Dang. So that makes it even more weird, right? If you're not paying somebody for it. Now another again. So are they actually even giving you some real service, right? If you ain't paying for it, free.
I mean,
it's right.
It's what is that caveat emptor? Let the buyer beware. I mean, it's their show, their authenticator, and I'm if I'm going to play the devil's advocate, is just say it's not in their business interest to say a shoe's not real.
Right.
We all got to do our own due diligence.
Yeah,
exactly. We got to watch for hook everywhere.
Educate yourself, man.
Let's say word association now. What a lot of people the question is the shoe really fake or is it unauthorized? Because a lot of people, when you say it's fake, that's legal term when you really don't know. Maybe it don't meet your standards because you don't really know about the shoe. Because say you authenticate the shoe, I tell you it's fake, but it's not really fake because you don't know, right? So then you come back and say, well, this guy fake and he may have cost you all this money. He could say, I guess the word would be, well, it didn't meet the store standards, which is better. What do y'all think about that? Or it don't really?
What's the person's definition of unauthorized? But like something unauthorized, like how most people associate with now is like they just fake. Like people call them unauthorized, but I mean they fake. You know what I'm saying? But like the real technical definition of unauthorized for me is when a real shoe is stolen or either resold or whatever, but it's a real shoe still, but it just wasn't sold out of a retail store. Like that's unauthorized for me.
Yeah, my thing is if it didn't meet the store standard, like you said, just like the Mellow 13s that came out a while back, like we got them in the store, but we couldn't put them on the shelf, so we had to send them to the outlet, and they were sold as B grade. So
right.
Did that make them UA because they were B grade or?
Well, but they were authorized as B grade,
right?
See, it's the wording, like
it's slippery. It's a slippery slope.
Slippery word playing with words. So that's what's not so bad. If Nike didn't sell it, it's fake. But again, if it's supposed to go to Nike, and one guy somehow he dropped 10 pair off at his buddy's house, does that make it fake?
Nah, that's not authorized real shoe to me.
See, that's what I said. So it's like, but we can't verify it. Like you said, you just gotta buy with what you can deal with at the end of the day and just hope you don't get hit with the hook. And then if you think it's suspect, you gotta try to educate yourself, talk to people, watch videos, and if not, get that receipt and take it back. That's about the best you can do.
I think it's still easy though, because like all the real shoes is gonna have certain things. You feel me? So that's why I think like even unauthorized ones, because they still a real shoe. Like so that's why you can sell the unauthorized ones, go you sell them on Stockx or whatever, because they still a real shoe. Now more than likely you're not gonna have a box, but
right.
Still a real shoe. Like you can take that shoe and put it next to the retail pair of shoes out the store, and it's just all something like certain shit should still line up.
Right.
Oh yeah, like with these bread 11s that's coming out this weekend, I guarantee you everybody won't have the same. The 23 won't be in the same spot. Everybody jump man gonna be a different size. Like it's gonna be crazy, man.
Yeah, one guy gonna have a full ball, one gonna have a 3/4 ball, one guy gonna have a butt crack. It's gonna be everything, man. You got to check your pairs, man.
Yeah.
They carbon fiber real smooth, no texture to it.
Yep.
Exactly. The retail pairs gonna have flaws, so
yeah. You were asking me earlier if I ever had a moment looking at those Jumpmans. That's probably the biggest thing that I have a moment when you look at it and you say, "Oh man, he looked like he ate 2 Big Macs that day."
Jordan up there jumping like he didn't been pregnant. That's all right. Add him.
Man, be giving me the blues. That ball looked kind of small. Wait a minute. Do I see the fingers? Do I not see it?
That thing happened with the Laker 13s. Remember the Jumpman on the tongue?
Right. See, Willie Will said the game has changed so much, cats don't even wear the shoe. And that's another thing. I was a bad habit about. I go grab my shoes, don't try them on, then inspect them, put them on ice, and you grab them a couple months. Like, whoa, I got all these flaws on the shoe. And see, I had to get better with that too, because you're just so confident you got you a legit pair and you open in the box like, oh, what happened here? Did somebody switch them out?
Man, that's why when our manager tell us to go ahead and grab our shoe and put them up, like I ain't gonna lie, I go through them. I make sure, let me get the best look. I go through.
So that's why when I get my shoes, it look like about 10,000 people that put their hands on them. Now I know.
I go through. I don't know about anybody else, but I go through mine.
I ain't mad. I do have to say that I was having this conversation the other day, and I said that, you know, sometimes in the beginning, I always didn't do my due diligence, you know, stand there and say, hey, can I see the shoe? You know, they just want to bring the shoe up, put it on the table, take your money, and get you moving to the. No, I want to open it up. I want to look at it, right? So that I can, you know, even if it's not another pair, then okay, then I got to make a decision. Do I want to take it? But you know, can I have? You got another one? You know, let somebody else get that one.
Yeah, I had to tell some of my coworkers that, like, some of my coworkers would get mad when a customer would ask that. But I'm like, you got to put yourself in their position. They buying the sneaker that they want, so they don't want nothing messed up. Like, you can't get mad if they still want the shoe tree in their shoe or they still want the paper in their shoe. Like, you can't get mad at that.
Yeah, you see what Willsworth said, who are the real authorizers?
We got to make ourselves that.
Yeah.
So that's interesting within itself, because like, you look at the shoe, like you said, you go in the back, you look through every shoe. Okay, I'm content with this. Otherwise, I think that's another way we can stop it too, because we want the shoe so bad, we willing to accept the flaw instead of sending that sucker back. And if Jordan Brand keep getting all these shoes back, I think they would do better. Like the back tab on the 12, they cannot get that right to save they. So there's always one going left and one going right, but we still buy. And I was like, man, and I was like, damn, did I get a fake? And I come back home, every one of them, the back, it ain't straight, it's canted one way, and the red one was the worst, the all red one. But yet we still buy it. So it's like, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna say I'm a person. I send shit back quick. Look, man, hey, please, look, hey, I send it back. Big facts. Like, I'm talking about work worn and everything. But hey, no. I ain't never had no issue either.
Right? Let me see. It says Stockx resale changed the culture because it makes people think twice about wearing $5,000. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But it's like, okay, what you gonna do with the shoe? I guess that'll be like a grail, right? You just won't never wear it, just let it sit there.
I don't know. Right. Depending on what you paid for, that's a whole lot of money to pay for something that's just gonna sit in a.
No, every shoe that I got, because I'm getting that boy to rock it with still. When I get it, I got some kind of fit in my mind. Like, ooh, I'm gonna kill him with this.
See, Rupa on it. Then I that's my thing. I was like, I'm gonna put it on ice, but before I bust it out, I gotta have the right fit. Otherwise, can't do it.
Exactly.
I was like, I don't know that shirt.
I mean, they might sit like unwilling, not me wanting them to sit, but like you said, like I gotta wait till I get the right fit. But I plan on rocking every one that I get. Like, I don't get it. I'm had this. I be planning on rocking every one.
Right. So, how many shoes is too many shoes? Is the question.
It ain't no such thing as too many. Ain't no such thing.
Really? How dare you, sir?
Ain't no limit. You agree, Ratchet? Ain't no limit.
Like, I mean, like, it's what make you happy. As long as you can afford it and you can support what you know what I'm saying, what you going for, like, hey, it's no limit.
Cold Mouth said 1,000. That's a lot of shoes.
That's a lot of shoes. 1,000.
You don't wear his shoes like that's bad. I'm like, well, I mean, that's what he want to do, and he paid. That's what he want to do. Like, I'm just saying what I do. Like, I don't mind the people that just buy shoes to collect. Like, okay, that's you, babe. No problem to you. I mean, hey, I'm gonna rock in.
1,000. So how many times over you can wear that shoe? I mean, with that 2-3 years worth of shoes, you ain't got to worry about it.
Ain't got to worry about it. That's crazy.
Nah, you got to change them every hour. Every time you eat, you putting on something different.
Like a Chris Brown, right? Where you changing 3-4 times doing the show, doing everything. You said one every day.
I get in the zone sometimes. Like, I might get a shoe, and like how we talking about, I plan on rocking it, but I might not rock it for 6 months later. Or I might get a shoe and I rock that mother 3 days later and rock it for 4 days straight. Like, I don't know. I just be getting certain feelings sometimes.
Yeah, I got a bad habit of not wearing my shoes, but the only reason why I don't wear them, I don't like to wear my shoes when like they first come out or when they hot. Everybody else wearing them. Like, that's how I always been. I just like to wait.
And that's probably most sneakerheads, right? You just want to wait on ice because you go to the club or in the mall. Everybody got the release day shit. The most recent one was the Red 9. They were showing everybody in the club. I was like, God,
Everybody.
Yeah, but I'm like Will's World Media. He said I'm too old not to rock stuff. You know, I only got so many more days left, so I got to get it in as much as I can.
No, man, don't say that.
Nah, for real, this keeps me young, fellas. It keeps me young. Real talk.
Oh, Ruby heard that what Liberal said. He got a question for you. He said, are the Yeezys the easiest 1-to-1 or is it Jordan 1?
It's Jordan too. Like, I mean, the Yeezys they got too. That's what I'm saying. Like, they got so many different versions. It's like, I'm gonna put it like this right here. Most of the good Yeezys though, they get already bought up by the boutiques and shit first. Like, they get them first. Like, all them one-on-one on them Yeezys, they get them first and they do their thing, bust through.
Yeah, because like I said, a lot of people didn't know I started like way back. I'm like a late bloom, as you call it. And like it was you doing vid, I think Rob Dollar, because the first thing he opened my when he said 98% of it started making sense because all these consignment shops are popping. I was like, dang. So I guess they get the first pick of the litter, and then everybody else get the back end. So it started making you think, are these guys getting legit shoes? Because like, damn, this shoe ain't released, but they already got them. So was that you think that was how they was pulling off all them shoes back in the day?
I know it is, because like whenever, like I said, I want to talk on it and say it out open when I know. Like I said, I receive, this is a relationship I got with the people over there across the water. Like some of those boutiques that I caught from them, like maybe they'll jump the gun, but okay, well damn, we went too fast, so they got this new version right. Okay, well we want these, and instead of them having to ship it back over there, they just ship them to me. And
Right.
like some people so retarded with it, they would have you know what I'm saying? They letterhead on the page. So I'm like,
Oh dang!
Wow.
I'm like, bro. That's why I'm like, bro. Like, bro. I'm like, man. That's why I'm like, bro. That's why I start asking. I'm like, bro. I'm like, you selling them? And they're like, oh yes, no good customers. I'm like, bro. I'm like, man.
Dang.
No, bro. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
They wasn't no like super big boutiques, but still like legitimate boutiques. I looked them up and everything. I'm like, man, these boys. And I'm like, they afraid of busting heads. Like, bro.
And just think, if you had a boutique like I said over here, and you selling to the tourists, they have no clue what they buying. That shoe could be just as fake. Well, I ain't gonna say fake as all get out, but enough where they ain't gonna know the difference. They just know they got the shoe, and they just been made. And like OG said, he been the truth. I don't think he would do that, but I mean, you just never know. You never know.
I always gotta watch for the hook.
Yeah, I always gotta watch for the hook, and I'm just gonna get this 11 and see what happens. Hopefully 2 pairs, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm trying to snatch two myself.
Was that right?
No, I was saying I appreciate the link, but my phone about to die, and I gotta go live.
It's all good. I'm about to jump off. I think I've been on 2 hours now. I appreciate everybody coming on and chopping it up with me and all that good stuff. So before we get out of here, everybody go ahead and shop your stuff out later so everybody know. I'm gonna put y'all information in a link too.
Like I was saying earlier, it's GOATWEEZY. My IG the same, my channel. Some of y'all know who I am. Just type in GOATWEEZY and I'll pop up, man.
For sure.
Yeah, and you done know it is your boy OG Sneakers. OG Sneakers the same on IG and Instagram. GOATWEEZY, I just subbed up, bro. So
Appreciate you, bro.
You know, no doubt. And again, E-Money, keep doing what you're doing, bro. Ignore anybody that says you're not doing the right thing because you're doing the right thing. And I kept saying I was going to jump off because Mama's upstairs ringing the dinner bell, but the conversation was so good. But I'm glad you called it now because now the smell is wafting down. So I need to catch that. And if you're interested in getting a discounted custom, check out my IG page. I have the 11 Days of J's going on. I'm celebrating my birthday, but I'm blessing the people with the gifts. So if you want to get in on that, check it out. You can find the posts that have the information about what you need to do. That's it.
For sure. All right. Appreciate it. GOATWEEZY for hopping on OG Sneak.
No problem.
Gold Master and Rupa Super Duper Rupa. Also, thanks for Crystal Christine in the chat. Will's World Media. Cole is in the chat. Liberal, Warren, B-Dub, S.H.P, Renee, Absolute Style, Jeezy 509, Warren Coleman, E-Double, Pam, 901. Everybody, thank y'all for stopping through. Don't forget to tune in this week. We got a dope battle this week. Like I said, coming up will be Cadillac Jackson, hashtag Empty the Clip versus Forgiving Soul, hashtag Soul Reaper. All right. So thanks for everybody for stopping through. Much love and respect. We out. Peace.